How are you guys doing today? Hopefully you can hear me. So this is Transformation Tuesday. This is what we're doing at Get Mental every Tuesdays, and on Thursdays we have Mr. T. Smith doing Think It Through Thursday. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing okay. Wanted to check in. It's week 2 of this crazy times, a pandemic that none of us have ever seen in our lifetime, even, you know, the older people in my life. I have a grandmother who's 96 and she's never experienced anything like this before. I just want to check in with you guys. Hi Missy, if you have any questions, the topic today is what sucks about Corona. And I just want to give everybody a platform to vent, and if there's any tips I can give you guys, I'm happy to do that. I don't claim to have all the answers, but I do know that there are some mindful ways that we can move through this to help us rather than harm us. So, you know, I also want to acknowledge that for some of us, we have incredible privilege. You know, that we can still work from home, we still have a job, I can still, you know, my practice isn't that impacted. So really, I am so grateful. But for many people, even people I love in my life and circle, that's not the case. So I just want to acknowledge that privilege that I know we have, and know that some of the things that I post, even though they're really positive, that's just my nature, but it's not in any way to dismiss what other people are going through or to be insensitive. So I just want to make sure I clear the air on that. The other thing, the other people I want to acknowledge are our healthcare workers, you know, and I just want to say thank you so much for your service, for risking your lives and hopefully not so much your family's safety. Please be safe out there, and let's really honor them. Hi Leanne, how are you doing? Let's really honor everybody who is serving by staying home, okay? We need to do our part. We need to stay home and do our part. These people, especially the healthcare workers, frontline grocery store workers, restaurant workers, they're putting their lives on the line to continue helping us. So yeah, I'm glad you're home, Leanne, because hopefully business is going okay for you. I'm home too. So welcome to Transformation Tuesday. So really what I want to acknowledge is the fact that this sucks, right? It sucks. Even though there are some great things about it, there are also some things that are, you know, not so fun about it. And hi Joanne. And you know, I just want to, because I've had a few clients today, and the themes that kept coming up for them is feeling stuck at home, and a kind of journey, or it's impacting all of us in different ways. I know that for people who have a lot of mental health challenges, anxiety is really high, depression is really high, suicide rates are high, the feeling stuck and claustrophobic, people with OCD, people with anxiety disorders, like I said. So I just want to reiterate this. When a crisis like this is present, mental health symptoms increases. So let's just be gentle with ourselves first and foremost, and let's also be sensitive and gentle to the other people in our circle who may be experiencing these difficulties. Reach out to them, check in with them. You know, you never know what difference you're going to make in that person's day. Also, I want to remind people that telehealth is an option, okay? So telehealth is also known as online therapy. It's where you can still speak to a licensed therapist like myself, and the sessions are either by phone or video, and it's just as effective. It's confidential. Most insurances, if not all insurances, as a matter of fact, are covering these services right now because of what's happening. So please take advantage of that, and know that, you know, help is out there, support is out there. So the big thing I want to focus on is self-care. Okay, because yes, there's definitely challenges, you know, with this situation. I know for me, it's hard to work from home because we're also full-time parenting. Now we also have to wear the hat of teacher, right? And our house isn't set up for two people to be working from home. So, you know, I'm not minimizing other people's challenges, but that's what came up for me today. And that's why I wanted to talk about this, because I thought about what kind of people would really be successful in managing something like this. And it really is the survival of the flexible. That's why I called the talk that, because our ability to cope with this with success or in healthy ways really will depend on our flexibility and our adaptability, you know. And we have this in us. We have this in us more than you realize, you know. Just look at the animal kingdom, right? They have to survive. They have to adapt. They have to get creative so that they can be safe. So we have the same mechanism as human beings, and you're about to see my husband walking by. He thinks I've lost it. He's doing gardening. That's what he's doing for his self-care. But we need to think of ways we can soften, okay? The questions that I like to ask, sorry, the connection, okay, there we go, is where can I soften? Where can I soften, you know? Where can I flex? Right? So a lot of times when we feel out of control and helpless, we tend to get a little bit more rigid and even more so inflexible, because it's a way for us to control over the situation. But as a matter of fact, that guarding, that rigidity is actually working against us, okay? Because the release and the relief is in the allowing, in the flexing. You know, I'm very emotive when I talk. So think of a river, right? A river with rocks and the water flowing one way, right? The water is just going through the flow of that river. It's not trying to fight it. If it sees a boulder, it goes around it. There's a fluidity and flexibility to the water, right? I hope I don't lose you guys with this. I'm trying to make this concrete. So it's the same thing for us emotionally, mentally. We have to take a deep breath. Like I said before in my last talk last week, ground ourselves and ask ourselves, am I being rigid right now? Am I being inflexible? And how is that helping me? Most of the time, it's not, especially in a situation like this when there really are a lot of things we don't have control over. You know, the things we have control over is what we do in the home while we're quarantined, right? Structure, routine, in that routine, right? Like with a kid right now, you know, we have hour by hour schedule, but it's not, you know, having realistic expectations. He's not going to be following every direction every hour. So part of it is being attuned to what he needs so I can flex myself, and vice versa. Attuned to what I need so I can take care of myself. So this is the dance of flexibility. It allows for more options to open up. Whew, it feels good just talking about it. You know, it just softens us up and allows us to access that part of our brain that isn't so afraid, right? Because part of being rigid and controlling is being fearful. We're making up stories about a certain thing, right? If it doesn't go this way, then there's a belief about that. If he doesn't do all the work, then there's a belief about that. So we need to slow it down and catch our thoughts. And the only way you're going to do that is, first and foremost, through your nervous system, your breath. Calming your breath down, slowing it down, calming your body down. Biologically, that is the only way we can really think rationally and have good judgment, you know? Not when we're in this heightened alert state. It's really hard to make good decisions from that place. So that's the takeaway today, is who's going to survive this with the least amount of, is the flexible. Okay, this sucks, yes, and it's about, you know, being flexible and softening where you can. And also, I'd like to add, I wouldn't be Cecile if I didn't say this, is looking for the upside, the gifts, you know. Good and bad can coexist, like I've said before. So there has been some positives. I'm going to miss, once all this is over, I'm going to miss not having to drive to work. I'm going to miss that because it's been nice. I'm going to miss not, you know, just being in my gym clothes while I'm working and talking to people. You know, I'm going to miss not spending so much time with my son. So that is the irony of life, right? Even in the worst of situations, if you really open your heart, there is often still something good you can take away from it if you're calm enough and grounded enough to have that experience. So on a practical note, so that's all I want to say about that, okay? On a practical note, some of the things you guys can do is take regular breaks, nature therapy, go for a walk or your backyard, look at calming pictures of nature, of course, observe social distancing rules. Pet therapy, if you have pets, right? That's a great way to ground yourself and connect with love and joyfulness. Humor therapy, I use that a lot. I watch a lot of Seinfeld, stand-up comedies. I just love it. It's a great escape for me, and it feels good to laugh, you know? It's so tense, and we're all collectively like hyper aroused, and I just can't function like that all day long. I need to. And sorry, that was a phone call. And then seek support from healthy people in your life. That's the key here. Healthy people in your life. And, you know, connect with them in the phone, video chat. I'm hearing about a lot of like virtual happy hours, virtual cooking, you know, connections, game nights, virtual game nights. There's a lot of creative things we can do. Of media related to the pandemic. That's really, really important, guys, because, you know, what you focus on, I say this all the time, I'm going to repeat it again, what we focus on gets bigger. It's what gets bigger in our life. About coronavirus, I mean, that's going to impact you emotionally and mentally, and actually physiologically. Have some boundaries around that you guys can use that are for free. And if you live in California, we can help you, okay? Transcend Therapy can help you by doing telehealth and addressing whatever concerns that this current pandemic is bringing up for you. Just go to our transcendtherapyca.com. If you have insurance, our wonderful assistant will help you guys by figuring out, you know, what your coverage is and so forth. We will walk you through the process. There'll be no surprises. But again, take advantage of that, especially if you have already like pre-existing or underlying mental health conditions. So other stuff we can do is exercise from home. There's still things we can do. We can stretch, we can, you know, there's so many apps, there's so many things on YouTube. I know for a lot of people, a lot of my clients who have eating disorders, by the way, I just want to be sensitive to this. You want to be mindful of that. Hopefully, you know, I just got done with 2 sessions of ladies with eating disorders. This has been really hard for them because for various reasons I can't get into. But if you are having these kinds of issues or trouble, it's really important you connect with a licensed therapist, because these are slippery slope times for people with eating disorders. This is really, really stressful. I understand. So, you know, support is available to you. Set yourself up for success, okay? Get some help, or, you know, there's some online groups going on for eating disorders and any kind of mental health, like OCD, anxiety. To my friends in Australia, I'm thinking of you. I don't think it's as bad yet over there as it is over here. At least that's what I heard. I'm not sure. I'm not watching a whole lot of news. But I just want you to know I'm thinking of you. Please be safe, be healthy. And for all my friends and family in the Philippines, I'm even just more sad for that situation, because I know, you know, the problems, the way it impacts people over there is very different, can be very different than the way it impacts people over here. So I want you guys to know my prayers are with you. I'm thinking of you. If there's anything I can do to help, especially as far as like, you know, get mental and helping raise awareness, please let me know. I'm more than happy to support in whatever way that I can. So that's it, you guys. Hopefully that was helpful. The takeaway is flexibility. And hold on a sec.
Okay, let's see.
This is my boy. Yeah. So this is him, and he's keeping us busy, but also keeping mommy happy and positive. Is there anything you want to say to everybody, babe?
Hi.
Hi. Any advice as far as the virus?
You have to be distance far away, and if you're not, you might catch it from other people. Don't be You can be next.
Yes, thank you, baby. I love you.
I love you too.
So that was a nice surprise. That was a very nice surprise. So there you guys have it. Survival of the flexible. That's the only way we're going to get through this. Ask yourself, where can I soften? Where can I flex? Have realistic expectations. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to others. This is a time for us to come together and help each other out. Reach out to people, even though you might think they're doing okay. You never know the kind of difference you're going to make. So thank you for listening. I want you to know that we're all in this together. And if there's anything, any topics you guys want me to cover as it relates to this or something else, please let me know. I want to make this as helpful and meaningful to everyone. Bye for now. I love you guys. Take care.